Biblically faithful public theology, the external expression of the narrow gate. Jesus teaches in Matthew 7:13-14, "Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it." The narrow gate symbolizes the cost of following Christ, self-denial, not following the crowd and standing firm in truth and justice. Historically, Augustine, in The City of God, distinguished the city of God from the earthly city, showing that Christians, though living within secular political and cultural structures, owe ultimate loyalty to God rather than human powers. Matthew 6:24. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Martin Luther, during the Reformation, challenged the papacy and the sale of indulgences, insisting on Scripture alone and justification by faith, facing persecution without compromise. Romans 1:17. For in the gospel the righteousness of God is revealed, a righteousness that is by faith from first to last, just as it is written, "The righteous will live by faith." Dietrich Bonhoeffer stood against the Nazi regime, participating in resistance, insisting the church must speak for the oppressed, and ultimately died for his faith. Matthew 10:28-39. Do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather be afraid of the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Whoever wants to save their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life for me will find it. Martin Luther King Jr. led the American Civil Rights Movement, advocating for racial equality and social justice even under imprisonment and threats, applying the gospel's call to righteousness, justice, and mercy to public policy and society. Micah 6:8. He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Matthew 22:39. Love your neighbor as yourself. Walter Brueggemann, who passed away in 2025, criticized social injustice from a prophetic perspective, encouraging believers to imagine a different world and confront power structures. Isaiah 1:17. Learn to do right, seek justice. Defend the oppressed, take up the cause of the fatherless, plead the case of the widow. Micah 6:8. Charlie Kirk was recently killed, and in China's underground church, countless brothers and sisters maintain house churches and secret gatherings under government oppression, paying a great price for truth, conscience, and the freedom of the gospel. Their lives are perhaps the clearest contemporary expression of biblically faithful public theology as the narrow gate. They do not yield to threats or imprisonment, but witness to conscience, truth, and faith under extreme conditions. Biblically faithful public theology, whether historically or today in the West or in China, inevitably reflects the characteristics of the narrow gate. A minority bears the cross and courageously speaks for truth and justice in the world.